it's DarionMarie. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about how I take photos for Instagram. I know this video has kind of been one that some folks have been waiting for, so we're just gonna get into it. So first of all, what do you need? So for me, I use two different things. The first thing that I use is my camera, of course, like my actual camera, the one that I'm filming on right now, and that is the Canon, I think it's T7i. And then I use a couple different lenses for it as well. I'll have like photos of things over here just so you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about, and I'll also leave some links down below if I remember, so you guys can go look at the things and whatever. And then the second thing that I use to take photos with is my phone, and I think this is an XR or S or something. I don't know. But yeah, looks like this. Recently I've actually been using my phone a lot more just because it's a lot easier and a lot more convenient, because your photos are already on your phone. So you can upload them to Instagram or Facebook or wherever you need them to go really quickly, and I like that. When it comes to taking photos on my camera, it actually takes a lot longer because I have to go in and really edit them, or have to find a way to get them from my computer to my phone, and usually it ends up being me emailing them to myself and then downloading them, and then that's a whole lot of work that I don't like doing. So phone is a lot simpler. Either one, you will need a tripod, and then you will also need a remote. So when I use my camera to take photos, my remote ends up being my phone. Because I have a Canon camera, there's an app that is the Canon remote app or something like that. I don't know. I'll take a photo of it and put it up here for you guys. But that app lets you use your phone as a remote control for your camera. So you can go ahead and put your phone on a timer and just hit a little button over here and then take the photo. At the end of this video, you guys will see live footage of me taking photos with either setup, my phone, or the camera, so you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about exactly. When I take photos with my phone, usually I just end up putting it on a timer, putting it on the tripod, putting it on a timer, and then going to where I need to go. But the tripod that I have, it also came with a remote control, so if I wanted to, I could use the remote that way as well, but I just don't, because this is a lot of work. So the tripod that I have a lot of tripods actually. I feel like I have 10, honestly, truly. I have so many of them. They're just all over the place. Tripod that I have, super standard. You can actually get tripods from Target if you don't want to buy them on Amazon or whatever, but whatever. And I believe there are tripods at Walmart too, and I'm sure there's some at Best Buy, but I don't believe Best Buy is open right now, so yeah, either one of those places you can get a tripod. The tripod that I use for my phone is actually this one right here, and this I actually got on Amazon. So I really like this one because it has this little attachment here so that you can put your phone in this little bracket right here, and then your phone just sits in here, and then you can also detach this, and then you can attach your camera or whatever to this little part right here. So it's actually really cool. You can use it two different ways, and yeah, it was actually less than $20. So I really like this, and it came with a remote like I was saying, so that's cool. Oh, also lighting. So normally I just take photos outside, regular normal lighting. I don't really like doing indoor studio type of photos with lights and cameras and whatever, but when I did do it for a little bit, I just used two soft boxes, which are what I'm using right now to film this video. So if you did want to do more of the studio vibe, you could get soft boxes, maybe a ring light or something like that. But as I said, I just like taking photos outside in the daytime, usually in direct sunlight, because that's just the vibe that I like. And yeah. Locations. The location really just depends on you and what you want to do, but it also depends on like the vibe you're going for, the theme of your Instagram, what you're wearing, things like that. So you kind of want to coordinate your location to your wardrobe. So if you're wearing something that's more like classy, like a really fancy pretty dress, you might want to do something kind of like indoors, maybe like a hallway or like a staircase or something like that that's like really pretty and really like upscale and fancy. If you're doing more streetwear, you can do like a parking garage or parking lot or, you know, some buildings, something like that. So yeah, kind of want to match the wardrobe to the location. That way the photo itself just looks really cohesive and it flows. You could also, I've done it a couple times, but you could also like mix and match like the location with your wardrobe. So if you were to wear a fancy dress, you could maybe go to like a parking garage and it would actually turn out really, really awesome. But you just gotta kill it. If you're trying to, you know, go that route, you gotta make sure it's on point. Otherwise, it might look a little funny and people might be like, what you doing wearing this dress in the parking lot? So, you kind of want to kill it. But yeah, doesn't really matter. Also, when it comes to locations, as I was saying, you want to match it to the theme of your Instagram. So if you're taking photos specifically for Instagram, which is what this video is about, you want to make sure that it matches your theme. So for me, my theme right now is more like black and white. I'm going towards more like colorful themes in a moment. Well, not really colorful, but more like natural. That's kind of where I'm headed, but for right now, it's black and white. So for me, what I've been doing is I've kind of just been taking photos anywhere, and then the apps that I use to edit my photos, the number one that I use is Facetune, and then I also use Lightroom. So in Facetune, you can actually change the background to be black and white. So that has also like really been saving my ass, because some of the places I've been taking photos, they don't match my theme at all. But because I'm able to change the background to black and white, it makes it so that everything just flows when you go to look at my Instagram. If you don't have that capability and you still want to do like a black and white theme, you might want to look for backgrounds that are black or white, or make sure that you're wearing something black or white in your photo. So if you're, you know, maybe going downtown somewhere, you might want to look for buildings that are black or white. Or if you can't find any buildings that are black and white, or, you know, nothing around there is black and white, then what you're wearing might want to be black or white. So black and white, they're really colors that like can ground a photo, and it's really easy to, I guess, just tie everything together. I feel like with other colors it's a little bit harder, because you have to sort of find like the right shade of the color and the right tone, and that gets to be really tricky and really time consuming and annoying. So yeah. But if you're doing more of like a natural theme, which is what I'm going to be going for in a moment, one thing that can really tie all the photos together would be like your skin tone. So yeah, that's just some stuff that I've learned, so you know. Next tip is wardrobe. So when it comes to wardrobe, you can kind of wear anything, but you really want to make sure that you wear things that are flattering, I guess, in style, and go with what you're going for. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. For me, lots of my wardrobe just comes from, or lots of things that I wear just come from me shopping around a lot, or me just looking at what everyone else is like wearing, or like the styles that I gravitate towards, like on Pinterest and on Instagram and all that kind of stuff, and I just kind of emulate those styles. Another thing with that is Instagram and Pinterest and all those other sites are honestly your best friend. If you're ever wanting to know like how you should pose, or how you should look, or like the locations you should try, or outfits you want to try, those places are definitely going to give you a starting point, because you're able to see like what everyone else is doing, or like styles you might like or want to try, and then you can go ahead and just try those. That's a tip. And it's also a tip for posing, which is the next thing that I actually forgot to write on here. But yes, posing. So for posing, my biggest tip is to, number one, be comfortable. So the biggest way that you're going to be comfortable is in what you're wearing, and then kind of just how you're feeling. So if you're wearing something and you just feel really good, you feel confident, you know, your makeup's on fleek, your hair is done, your outfit's on point, the location is right, it's gonna come off in the photos, and then you're able to kind of just like get in the groove of things and just like pose. Another tip that I have is to play music. So play some of your favorite songs, your favorite tunes, and that'll really get you into the mood of just, you know, being happy and posing. And it'll just kind of flow naturally, and you can also get some really cool kind of like candid action type shots. So you can go ahead and, you know, put your phone on a timer while your favorite song is playing, do a couple dances, you know, hair flips, smiles, things like that. And you low-key, you might get a fire picture. So yes, movement is definitely your friend when it comes to any type of photos, even if it's like a photo shoot where someone else is taking your photo. Movement is your best friend. You want to move. Otherwise, if you're not moving, you kind of just look like a robot or like a Barbie doll, and that just looks really just ugly and fake. So you want to make sure you're moving. Try a couple different, you know, poses, a couple different styles, and just see if it works. But you also don't want to take so much time to where you're in this one pose for like 10 minutes and then you look through the photos and they're all just trash. So you kind of want to do a pose, take a couple photos, see what needs to be tweaked, tweak those things, take a couple more photos, and then boom, you got something fire, and you can move on to the next pose or the next spot and just keep the ball rolling. You want to keep moving, because if you don't keep moving, you kind of get stuck, and then you're kind of just like, what do I do? So keep moving. Now, the last thing that I have on this list is makeup. I know I'm kind of going fast, but that's because I really just wanted to make this video really concise and clear and straight to the point, because Lord knows I'd be rambling like I'm doing right now. So next thing that I wrote down is makeup. If you're kind of doing more just like blogger style photos, which is kind of, again, the direction I'm leaning towards, yeah, I'll kind of try to do a couple videos about how I'm like, you know, transitioning my Instagram feed and whatnot later on. But if you're doing more of that style, you definitely want to go for like a more just everyday, fresh-faced, neutral, glam kind of situation. Because if you are doing more like fashion blogger style, then the wardrobe is really the main focus. Your face, it of course needs to look good, but you don't want like heavy dark makeup, because it'll make you look really like worn down, and it'll draw everyone into your face, which really isn't the focus. I just like to stick towards like neutral makeup like I have right now. I don't really like doing like very dark, heavy things when I am going to take Instagram photos, because it can just kind of make you look like mean and like evil and like rah. I'm like, that's not really the vibe I'm going for. I'm going for, you know, like happy-go-lucky girl next door vibes. So yeah. And I also feel like people will kind of just gravitate more towards that like fresh-faced, like glowy, like, oh, I woke up like this kind of look. I feel like it looks a lot better and it translates a lot better in photos than like heavy, dark, like makeup. But if that's your thing, then girl, go for it. And also, if you're just like taking makeup photos where like that is the style, then that just kind of don't matter. But yeah, if you're doing more like, you know, happy-go-lucky girl next door vibes, then neutral, glossy lip, nude makeup tease is what you should go for. I kind of think that's it. I feel like I talked about quite a few different things, and hopefully you guys got some tips. So now we're just gonna move on to me actually showing you guys how I take photos and just kind of what it looks like. So let's go to that. So in this first clip, you guys can see that I'm using my phone to take photos, and for this I kind of just parked in some random parking lot, set up the tripod, and started shooting. So this is actually super simple. All I did was put my phone on portrait mode, and then I put it on a 10-second timer. So I just hit the timer button, like the clicker button, whatever you want to call it, and then got to where I wanted to be, and then took the photo. So this is actually super simple. There is no magic behind this whatsoever. So yeah. So in this clip, it's actually a little more complicated because I'm using my actual camera to take the photos, but it's honestly kind of super simple as well. It's kind of the same process. What I did here was obviously set up my camera on the tripod, got it to where I wanted it to be, and my camera actually autofocuses, so that's cool. But what I'm also doing is using my phone as both my remote and then as a second monitor. So I can use my phone to see if I'm in the right spot, if I like what I'm doing, and then I can also use it to actually make myself in focus and use it as a remote, like I keep saying. So what I'm just doing is getting into position and then hitting the go button, you know, the shutter button, and then taking the photo that way. So for this, you kind of just want to hide your phone the best way that you can. For me, I typically just like put my phone like in a different spot to where you can't see it, or I end up putting my phone on the floor or just out of the frame completely. Like I'll hold my arm out so that you can't see my arm, and those are pretty much all the tricks that I use. So yeah, it's actually super simple. But if you want a more like detailed video on how I actually do photos with my camera, then just let me know. Or if you guys want to see me like actually do this like vlog style, let me know, because that sounds kind of fun and I might actually do it anyway. So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hopefully you guys learned a few tips and tricks. Hopefully I didn't go too fast, but if I did, then let me know. If you need some things clarified, you have comments, questions, concerns, whatever, leave them down below and I will be sure to answer all your questions and get you together. If you guys want more like Instagram-y kind of tips, and if you want to see how I will be, you know, transitioning my Instagram and all that kind of stuff, then let me know as well and I'll do that.